After those 11 days off, how did the team look in this physical game?
Yeah, we were great early. We were sloppy late. I think they'd probably say the same. Just the flip. They were sloppy early. They were great late. It's a little bit of what you expect. You don't want to give up that lead, but you do expect some sloppiness. And you felt that you weren't quite at game shape. That your puck decisions late in shifts as the second period wore on, especially. We had some real poor puck decisions that we kind of gave them momentum. I thought in the third period they earned their goals. I thought the second period we gave them those things. But what I really like about this team is regardless of what is going on, they stick together. You got guys like Sean Malone, who's not a fighter, jumping a guy after a big hit on his teammate. Those things really go a long way in the locker room. Shows what kind of character we have in there.
Yeah, speaking of the fights, Murray and Hutchinson, was that a little bit of a momentum shifter right there for a little bit?
Well, we got two right after that. I thought they should have had an instigator on that. We had an instigator in the first one. That should have been an instigator on them. It was the same thing. So I don't like the inconsistency of that, but to me that probably should have been a 5-on-3. But again, Brett Murray, he had a goal assist. Gordie Howe tonight, right? A goal assist in the fight. And today's hockey, you don't see that very often. So just you can't say enough about, especially him and Byro. A lot of guys, but him and Byro and Rusek, that line tonight I thought they were outstanding.
I don't know if I've ever seen Brett Murray actually that angry at somebody during a game.
Yeah, Brett Murray, when he gets angry, and this is pretty consistent now over the couple of years I've had him, and it's been consistent when he's been in Buffalo. Most of Brett Murray's fights are when he's sticking up for his teammates or when a teammate has been wronged. He did that for Kyle Okposo. He's done that for Mersch. He's done it for Malone. It's how he's wired. He's playing his best hockey of his career right now, both offensively, defensively, and physically. So just couldn't be happier that he started the second half here, how he finished the last month of the season.
He's playing well, Byro. Pretty amazing consistency, really. Why? What's kind of just propelled him to what seems to be another level?
Yeah, you're right. I would say this: he adjusted in the first year and in a bit last year, and really last year was the first year, right? He only played like 15 games the COVID year, so last year was basically his rookie year, and I thought he adjusted to the level of physicality and competitiveness needed to be an effective player in the American Hockey League. So he made that adjustment last year. Once he made that adjustment, he started playing with that physical bite. Then he started having the puck a lot more, and then his puck confidence started to grow. But all of it is attributed to his daily habits. His daily habits are incredible. We talked a lot about Quinners last year, and Brandon Byro, if he's not first here, he's first or second here every day. He's in the shooting room 8:15 in the morning. He's putting time into his game. He studies film. He puts time in the shooting room. He puts extra time on the ice. His daily habits are impeccable. And when your daily habits are that strong, it gives you a lot of freedom as a player during the games to play on instinct because you've created the habits you need to create as a player. He's playing outstanding. He's going to be in the National Hockey League before long.
There was a play in the third period. It just showed, at least I thought it did, from he wants the puck. It was kind of on, I can't remember who he was with, but he just basically said, "I got this," and fired it. Ended up with a pretty good shot. But he, as hot as he is, obviously probably does want the puck.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I wouldn't say that he's hot. I think he's just playing his game consistently over and over and over. He's doing it offensively. He's doing it defensively. With all the things he did in Charlotte to help us sweep that weekend, he also had 4 block shots on Saturday, in big blocks, not the little wrist shot blocks that you get a block shot with your stick. We're talking selling out block shots. His level of care, and for lack of a better term, give a crap to be a great player and to help his team win is just extremely high right now. It's been fun to see and it's fun to coach.
What did happen?
I don't have all the details. Upper body. I don't know if it's precautionary or not. So I haven't talked to our doctor since. But he did not return. Obviously, we were spending a little bit without him. You know, you got two of your top forwards at the World Juniors right now. Then you lose him, and Sean Malone is kind of your stabilizer. He does everything for us. He defends, he penalty kills, he wins face-offs, he's on the power play, and he's that real stabilizing presence in our lineup. We certainly missed him in the second half. But credit to him for sticking up for his teammate.
Was that when he hit the ice?
I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. I haven't got a medical report on it. Other than he wasn't going to return for the game, that's the only report I had.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Saucony's only been here 3 games, but yet they got knocked in the last minute of one goal game, so obviously you have some confidence.
Yeah, and I'd say that, I have confidence in him, but a lot of times who the D are going to be, is Mike Weber, who runs our D corps, is going to usually come to me and say, hey, I think these two guys should be out there. I think he's a rock solid defender. He's hard to play against. He's long. He's got a long stick. So I think he's doing a really good job early on in his time with us. And we just hope that we can continue to help him grow and kind of reclaim, what he came into pro hockey was as a guy that had a chance to be an NHLer, and we want to help him get back to that spot.
Obviously, in those last couple of minutes, there's a lot to work on. What do you think is the key takeaway from those final 2 minutes to go in against Syracuse now?
I think the key takeaway to me is the turnovers in the second period, because we gave them momentum. Now, credit to Utica. They're a really good team, and I thought Utica played really good down the stretch to tie it. But it should have been 4-0 going into the third period, and none of that would have mattered. So to me, that's just 11 days off and the importance of managing the puck and playing situational hockey. We got a little sloppy there. The 6-on-5 goal, that's a cleanup. Real good play by them, and Foot's an elite shooter. So real good play. That's something we can clean up, I think, pretty easily. I think more importantly, we'll be learning our lesson from how quickly momentum can change based off turnovers. In the second period, it's even more critical because you get defensemen stuck out there on long shifts, and then they're tired, and that happened too many times in the last 10 minutes. We made the game too hard on ourselves.
Cedar Fist on that there in the overtime, just used his physicality to get in. What was it about his play there that was?
Well, I think first of all, credit to him for earning the trust and the right to be on the ice in overtime. As a rookie who hasn't, he's missed some time, he hasn't played a ton of games. He just keeps earning more. He's earning a little bit of penalty kill time. He's earning some power play time. He get to move up the lineup a little bit tonight. And Michael Pekka, kind of mentioned to me on the bench as we're getting through the lineup in overtime, Moose probably, and I thought it was a great recommendation by Pax. Obviously, it ended up working out, but Moose Cedarquist is skating so well, and he's so competitive on the puck. And a lot of times, overtime, everybody sees the highlight goals and all those things, but a lot of time overtime comes down to possession, and winning a puck battle and keeping possession for your teammates to try to take advantage of something. And that was a classic example of it. And I thought Chase Prisky had a really good night, so I thought it was appropriate that he got the winner.
Coaches have taken the fun out of overtime. It's all possession.
Well, I don't think so.
Circle back.
Not our game, certainly. It seems to be 2-on-1 back and forth. So apparently we're coaching the fun in hockey. Maybe a little too much.